And then this one I was hearing come back. I didn't actually see this on any of the predicted lists of coming back, but people have been saying how they've been discussing how it could come back because of Starlight Road. If you don't know what Starlight Road is, uh, if your opponent activates a card that destroys 2 or more cards on the field, then the card is negated and destroyed, and you can summon Stardust Dragon from your extra deck, which is pretty powerful, except for there's a downside that's the Stardust Dragon you summoned wasn't Synchro Summoned, so you can't revive it if you tribute it. But yeah, the card I'm talking about that people were thinking of could come back is Dark Hole, because destroys all monsters on the field. That is a bit of a downside to you, even if it's not much. And it is stoppable by Starlight Road, but I'm not sure about Dark Hole. I think it could come back to 1, but part of me is really saying that it should stay at 0, because really, wiping out every monster on the field is pretty insane. And then even then, you could just summon another monster and then attack directly, so what happens to Dark Hole? I'm not sure. And then this was one that I found on one of those fake lists that was running around last week, and it is pretty interesting to think of. Overload Fusion, and this is what I think. I think Overload Fusion could come back to 3, but only under the condition that Chimera Tech Overdragon is banned, which is what I've always thought. Overload Fusion was never the problem. It was really Chimera Tech Overdragon, and it's probably just an example of Konami trying to keep their money cards in the game. Like, Chimera Tech Overdragon is huge, and they didn't want to just instantly ban it, so they hit Overload Fusion, hoping that people would still buy Chimera Tech Overdragon. So yeah, if Chimera Tech gets banned because it is incredibly powerful, then Overload Fusion could come back. And that's all the cards I'm talking about. So I'm going to say which decks I think could be the top decks of this format. And this is a lot better than the last one, because during the Teledad format, there's really only one top deck, and that was Teledad. And then after that, we had the Synchro Cat era, which is just Synchro Cat and Black Wings running around. And then this one, it started diverse, I think, and then it just turned into Light Sworns and Zombies and Black Wings again. And really not that many Black Wings either. It's like at the Shonen Jump Los Angeles, only 1 Black Wing made it, and then the rest was Zombies, and 1 Gladiator Beast somehow made it. Really, the first thing that everyone thinks of when seeing this list is the Gladiator Beasts are going to come back. Like, they haven't been doing too well recently because of other decks that are better, and the Gladiator Beasts, they didn't get anything changed about them this format, but they died completely last format because just Light Sworns and Zombies are just so much better. And with those really out of the way, Gladiator Beasts have time to come back again and shine, so expect to see Gladiator Beasts. The second one that everyone's saying will shine is the Black Wings, because the only thing that they have hit are Gale, which was hit last format, and they just hit Black Whirlwind to 2, and there's really not enough to hurt the Black Wings, so Black Wings will probably be up there also. And then, and although how hard Konami tried, Light Sworns are still going to be up there. Yep, because we still got 2 Judgment Dragons, and no matter how much you slow them down, we'll just retool them to go to that slower pace and then wipe the field with Judgment Dragon. As long as we have Judgment Dragon, Light Sworns are pretty much going to be a competitive deck. So, and then this is a set that is getting a lot of hype right now. Everyone's pretty sure that it's going to be a top deck, and that's the Infernities. And that's just because they work so well, and with no hand, and they get so powerful effects. And something I forgot to mention, another reason that Alert might have been hit is because it works no matter what with the Infernities, because you can draw 2 and then remove one of your Infernities from play, and then you just get the extras. Or if you have no darks in your hand at all, you can just play Alert and then discard your entire hand, and all your Infernities automatically go off. And then there's also a card coming on the Shining Darkness called the Infernity Gun. So yeah, that's going to be pretty big. I've read it. It's pretty powerful, so Infernities will probably be up there also. Now this one is one that people are debating a lot. Some are saying that they will come back, and some are saying that nah, they've tried a lot and nothing has happened. And I think they will come back. The Monarchs. It's that's pretty obvious because we got Cyber Dragon and Dandelion and Treeborn all back to 2. And that is a lot of advantage that you can use to summon the Monarchs back. And There's also some builds running around that use Super Nimble Mega Hamster. I've heard those are pretty good, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of different variations of Monarch running around. One of them will probably stand on top, but no, I'm pretty sure the Monarchs are going to be back again. And this is the last one. This one's just my own speculation. Like, I've tested them. They're not very consistent, but when they do work, they are very deadly. And the deck I'm talking about are the Gravekeepers, because they got a pretty big boost in absolute power force. They got a revival card, Gravekeeper Steely, which will revive 2 Gravekeepers and add them to your hand. And then they also got Gravekeeper's Priestess, which turns the field into Necro Valley, which is really not anything too special. The 2 new Gravekeepers, there's Gravekeeper's Descendant, which is basically the exiled force of Gravekeepers, or the Hand of the 6 Samurai of them. But the Gravekeeper I'm really thinking will put them at the top is Gravekeeper's Visionary. He has 2,000 attack, and you can summon by tributing 1 Gravekeeper, and he gains 200 attack for each Gravekeeper in your graveyard. That's already 2,200 attack, and by the time you get him out, you'll probably have more, and you'll probably already have Necro Valley on the field also. That's really 2,700 at least. And whenever you'd be destroyed, and not just like destroyed by battle, destroyed by card effect, just plain out destroyed, it doesn't matter if like a Blue Eyes attacked them or if like Judgment Dragon nuked the field, Visionary will live if you discard a Gravekeeper, which will just power him up even more. So getting Visionary out, it's like, it can prove to be a challenge, it could prove to be incredibly easy, but as soon as he gets out, Visionary is probably not leaving. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gravekeepers got up there in the competitive game, but they are pretty inconsistent, or at least the way I've been testing them. It might have something to do with how I'm running Solidarity, but that does give them a bit more of a boost. But with that, Gravekeepers probably won't be the best deck out there, but they will definitely be one of the good ones. And that's all I have for you. And so basically, I'm just saying this is a really good ban list. I can see 6 decks running around from this ban list, and there's none of them look like they'd be dominating any of the other ones like we have for the last few formats. So if you like the video, comment, and I expect to make more. In fact, 2 ideas I have are some Light Sworn builds for the new format and some Monarch builds, and I may also show you my Gravekeeper build. But that's all, so see ya YouTube, and see ya Pojo.